Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Chaitanya Bhagwat की जय, श्रील वृंदावन दास ठाकुर की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Sri Chaitanya Bhagavad ki Jai. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to this week's today's Sri Chaitanya Bhagavad reading. We're reading from Sri Chaitanya Bhagavad, Antya Khanda, chapter 10, the glories of Lord Advaita. So, we read yesterday about, we concluded, we had started this pastime the weekend before this, how once Advaita Acharya Prabhu asked all the devotees to chant the glories of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Usually they would chant Krishna's names, but that day he said, you all chant Gauranga's names in Jagannath Puri, and they all came in front of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's residence, and then yeah, this is a little bit unclear to me, because whatever is going to come next, that's unclear to me. But this whole pastime is when Advaitacharya and all the devotees came from Navadvip to Jagannath Puri to attend Rath Yatra. And so then first Mahaprabhu is going to Advaitacharya's home to take prasadam, and then the Lord going to other devotees' homes also, and then performing pastimes and kirtans with them. And then Mahaprabhu's inquiring from devotees about others in Navadvip, and also if everything is auspicious with them, and then what is auspiciousness? If one is doing devotional service, then everything is auspicious. If he's not doing devotional service, whether he's king or whatever, it's not auspicious, like that. And also we read about Damodar Pandit visiting Navadvip, coming back with the devotees to Puri. Why I'm saying this? Because all these stories, I mean all these incidents, they actually show that this is happening in Jagannath Puri. That's my point. Um, so then Damodar Pandit returning, and then Mahaprabhu asking, how is Sachi Mata? Is she still devoted to Lord Vishnu? And Damodar Pandit becoming very disturbed. What do you mean? She's still devotee. Whatever devotion you have is because of her. And the Lord becoming very happy and embracing him. And then this also came in the same chapter. The Lord asking Keshav Bharati, who is, who is better, uh, you know, which practice is better, devotional service or gyan, which is better? And Keshav Bharati says devotional service is better. And then Mahaprabhu says, why? And Keshav Bharati says, because he quotes various verses. We know what is better by seeing great personalities. Mahajano yena gatasya pantha. And we see all big, big, great, great personalities like Lord Brahma and all the Mahajans. These are the highest, topmost authorities. And what are they asking from the Lord? We know from their prayers that we come across in, Bhagavatam and in the scriptures. What are they asking? They're not asking for impersonal liberation. They're not asking for gyan. They want bhakti. They're begging for bhakti, birth after birth. So that tells us that the highest is bhakti. Mahaprabhu is very happy with that. Um, then uh, this incident where all the devotees came in front of Mahaprabhu's house and they were chanting Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Narayan, Gaura Krishna like that, because Mahaprabhu wouldn't usually allow anyone to uh, uh, call him the Supreme Lord. He would say, you cannot call anyone the Supreme Lord except Krishna. The Lord Vishnu, the Vishnu Tattva, you cannot call anyone else the Supreme Lord. So anyway, then there was a sweet exchange between Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srivas Thakur. Srivas Thakur said, I'm trying to cover the sun. And then he said, but can I cover the sun? Similarly, you are like the sun. How many mouths will you shut? Yeah, that you're the Supreme Personality of Godhead is visible to the whole world, not just to us, but from Lord Brahma down to, everyone. Your glories are spread everywhere. How many mouths are you going to shut? How many people are you going to punish like that? Mahaprabhu says, I'm defeated. He embraced all the devotees and they went back there to their homes. So that's what we read yesterday. And then the next thing that we started off, all in the same chapter, this is the glories of Advaita Acharya. And then, of course, glories of Advaita Acharya means you will also read about glories of devotional service. So, next thing we read was a few days later. So, now a few days later, two personalities came, Dabir Khas and Sakar Malik. Now, from Chaitanya Charitamrita, we understand Dabir Khas and Sakar Malik, Rup Goswami, Sanatan Goswami later on. They met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Ramkeli, isn't it? How far is Ramkeli? It's a bit far, I think, because this was when Mahaprabhu is attempting to go to Vrindavan. He made a first attempt. Of course, you can call it the second attempt because the first attempt was right after taking sannyas. He took off to go to Vrindavan, but Nityananda Prabhu tricked him on going to Shantipur instead. And then on the way back, going to different places, they arrived in. Going to different places means on the way. Stopping at different places, they came to Jagannath Puri. And while in Jagannath Puri, the Lord is meditating on going to Vrindavan. So now he makes a second attempt, actually, going to Vrindavan. While going to Vrindavan this time, he's actually going with a lot of following. That's what it is. Many people were following him. And finally, when he arrives at Ramkeli, thousands and millions are following him. And then even the Nawab, he notices this and he calls Rup Goswami, who was Dabir Khas at the time, his prime minister, calls him and asks him, who is this? He has so many people following. I think he is. So first Rup Goswami, Sri Rup Goswami says that not Rup Goswami, his Keshav Khatri, his servant. He says that, oh, I think he's just some fakir, just some mendicant beggar. You don't have to take him seriously. On purpose, he says that because he didn't want the Lord's attention, I mean, the Nawab's attention to go to the Lord because you cannot trust them, right? Now they are praising, the next moment they can kill also because they are envious. So he said, oh, you don't have to bother. And then he said, what are you saying? You're saying he's an ordinary person. Look at him. So many people are following. I think he's a very great personality. You know, nobody should disturb him like that. Then he personally inquires from Rup Goswami, calls him over and he asks him, what do you think about this person? And then Rup Goswami says, why are you asking me? You ask your heart. What is your mind telling you? What is your heart telling you when you see? And he says, I think he's the Supreme Lord. Like that. Um, then at that time, Rupa Goswami warns, uh, they go. That's when Rupa Goswami and his brother, so Dabir Khas and Sakar Malik, in disguise in the middle of the night, they go to visit Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, some servants are there. So, yeah, we hear that the Lord's associates are with him. I think Haridas Thakur, they allow, so he's with his associates. Okay, yeah, because then they bring Dabir Kha Sakar Malik in front of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then they have, this conversation which we are reading now in Chaitanya Bhagavat, that, they humble themselves, they're literally falling on the feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then, like what we read yesterday, that you have come, you are Patita Pavana Avatar, you have come to deliver all the conditioned souls. But why did you forget us? We are also in this world only. You gave your mercy to everyone, even the most fallen. But you left us out. You didn't give your mercy to us. You made us to take birth in, high families. You made us, big ministers of this Nawab. So you gave us so much opulence, so much wealth, name, fame. By doing this, actually, you cheated us of bhakti. You gave bhakti to everyone, but you are cheating us like that. So at that time, of course, Mahaprabhu also, because they had written to Mahaprabhu a letter, letters they were writing to Mahaprabhu before, never met in person. And Mahaprabhu also had replied in a very cryptic way, right? Not addressing my dear David Ka, Sakar Malik, and all that. He just gave, like, it was just like when a married lady is attached to someone outside marriage, then she does her household duties very attentively so that her husband may not suspect her. That's all. That was the reply. But they were also so smart, super intelligent. Immediately they got the message that a devotee, his love for Krishna, his bhakti, he should always be meditating on Krishna in the heart of his hearts. But externally, he may perform his duties in this world, right? Dharma, his dharma in this world. He can carry it out very nicely so that nobody will have any complaints against bhakti. You do your dharma in this world so expertly, but in your heart of hearts, have no attachment to those things. You should only be attached to Krishna. They got that message. And they were carrying out their duties very expertly as ministers. So, anyway, so they came to Mahaprabhu, and at that time, now this chapter's title is The Glory of Advaita Acharya. So, at that time, Mahaprabhu told Rup Goswami and Sanatan Goswami that if you want love of Godhead, you should fall on the feet of Advaita Acharya. If Advaita Acharya gives you, because he has, if he blesses you, you will certainly get the mercy of the Lord. Like that, Mahaprabhu is saying. So, what I was not clear about was that uh, Dabir Khas and Sakar Malik didn't come to Jagannath Puri, and all these incidents I was thinking were happening in Jagannath Puri, uh, and also in Chaitanya Charitamrita we see when they offered obeisances. After this, Mahaprabhu told all the devotees with him, everyone please give your mercy. Everyone could see how much love the Lord had for these two devotees. And then he told everyone, all of you, and Nityananda Prabhu was there. Each person they were falling at the lotus feet of each of the associates of the Lord, and everyone was blessing Dabir Ka Sakar Malik. So okay, so now it is kind of clear. This didn't happen in Jagannath Puri. This actually happened in Ramkeli. So Ramkeli is when the Lord stopped on his way to Vrindavan at Ramkeli, and from there he left. He was there that night, and the next day when he was leaving, um, he left the next day. Before that, actually that night itself, when they came to meet, they gave an instruction to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that it is not the right practice when you're going to Vrindavan, right, on pilgrimage to Vrindavan. Don't go with thousands and thousands of people. You should go alone, or maybe with one assistant. Not that you go with so many people. This is not the way to go. Besides that, this is going to, so that in the purport Srila Prabhupada explains, when people go with a large gathering and collecting funds and all that with great pomp, that's not the right mood to enter Vrindavan. You don't get the actual benefit of coming to Vrindavan. But you should go in a very meek and humble, helpless consciousness when you enter Vrindavan, with the mood of surrender, with the mood of uh, devotion, like that. That's one thing. But besides that, if you go with so many people, you'll be attracting attention of Nawab and all the other, this will just attract attention of the common people. Common people means especially here the Nawab. This is going to be, and he will put obstacles, right? This is dangerous actually. It is dangerous. So don't go with so many people. So when Rup Goswami suggested this, then Mahaprabhu the next day morning he just left, and then he just decided I'm going to go back to Jagannath Puri. So he actually went up to Kanai Natashala. Kanai Natashala means, like in Bengal you will see in temples, many temples you will see there are all these dioramas depicting the pastimes of the Lord. That's called a Natashala. So Kanai or Natashala means Krishna's pastimes are depicted in dioramas. So one place he went there, and then from there he turned around and he decided, now I'm going to go back to Jagannath Puri. He didn't go further to go to Vrindavan. So here also, when we are reading in Chaitanya Bhagavat, it doesn't say specifically that it happened in Jagannath Puri. It just said, of course, all the devotees had come uh, from Navadvip to, and they were not just devotees from Navadvip, from all over. Many devotees had come. But Advaitacharya came, Srivas Thakur came, and when they came to Puri, then we read some pastimes, and then in this way, the Lord was having pastimes with them, like that it is said. And then one day these two personalities came. So I think we should just understand, one day these two personalities came means they came for the first time in Ramkeli. So we should understand that. Okay. So I think with that background, let's continue. So the Lord said that you should take shelter of Advaita Acharya. See, they are see they're showing their humility, right? We didn't associate with your devotees, and then you made us ministers of kings. We took birth. Although we are human beings, we had the opulence like demigods, but actually you cheated us by giving all this. Now you please don't cheat us. Please give your mercy to us. We are begging, at your door. Please, like that. Give us some remnants of your devotees. And when they were so humble, Mahaprabhu listened to them, and then he placed his glance of mercy on them. And then he said, what did he say? What did he say? That you are both very, very fortunate. You left your homes breaking all bonds of material life. What is the condition of all people in this world? Nobody is able to break the bonds of family ties, of material pleasures, attachment to homes. They are not able to give up. The whole world is bound by sense pleasure, but you escape those bonds. Now, this is the point. If you wish to attain devotional service and spiritual love, if you want Krishna Prema, fall down before Advaitacharya and grasp his feet. Saintly Advaitacharya is the treasure house of the most valuable pure devotion. By his mercy, you will attain pure devotion. Like that. Now, hearing Lord Chaitanya's command, the two great souls offered Dandavat obeisance to Lord Advaita's feet. So that we read in Chaitanya Charitamrita, the Lord had asked. So after the conversation between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the two brothers, he told all the devotees to bless them, and uh, they went and took dust from each devotee. But we are getting seeing more details here from Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur. He's saying the Lord said, if you want bhakti, then you take dust from Sri. Hold on, not take dust. You grasp. You just grab the lotus feet of Sri Advaita Acharya, fall down at his feet and grasp the feet of Advaita Acharya. He is the treasure house of pure devotional service. They said, now what did they say, the two brothers? Glory to Advaita, the purifier of the fallen. O Lord, please deliver us two fallen souls. Lord Chaitanya said, listen, listen, O Lord Advaita Acharya. In the Kali Yuga, no person is renounced like these two. They renounced kingly pleasures. With only two water pots and some patchwork clothing, they stayed in Mathura and chanted Lord Krishna's holy names. Okay, well, again I'm getting, so this is not exactly in Ramkeli then. This must be, okay, so this must be in Jagannath Puri. After, not the first time. The reason I thought it's the, so I hope I'm not confusing you. The reason I thought it's the first time is because they were saying you cheated us, you gave us, but those were the talks that they had the first time they met the Lord in Ramkeli. But apparently they maintained it all the time, right? That, oh, we are so fallen like that, and our background is like this. Because here Mahaprabhu is saying they too live like mendicants, they are the most renounced. So that talk didn't come before. And now this is happening Jagannath Puri only. Okay? I hope everyone is with me. So this is after they left their jobs, they went to Vrindavan, and then they came to see Mahaprabhu. They came to see Mahaprabhu in uh, so first Rupa Goswami left, and he met Mahaprabhu at Dashashwamedha Ghat in Prayag, and Mahaprabhu instructed Rupa Goswami. Sanatan Goswami also left a few days later, and he went to Banaras, and there Mahaprabhu instructed Sanatan Goswami, staying at Tapan Mishra's home, right? And then he gave his specific instructions to them. You go to Vrindavan, you excavate the places of pastimes of Krishna, you erect temples, you write books about bhakti. So with these instructions, he sent them. So they went there. Then they would come to visit him in Puri. So, and then when they visited Puri, they would stay with Haridas Thakur at Siddha Bakula. So I think this is there in Jagannath Puri. So while Mahaprabhu is having pastimes in Jagannath Puri with all these associates who came from Navadvip, so one day, Rupa Goswami Sanatan, it is confusing because it is said two people named Dabir Khas and Sakar Malik came. I thought, why Dabir Khas? Now the name. That night itself at Ramkeli, the Lord said, from today onwards, your name is Rupa and Sanatan. You're not Dabir Khas and Sakar Malik anymore. So their name was changed to Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami. Then itself, Rupa and Sanatan. So anyway, so this is not in Ramkeli, because the Lord is saying that they live with only two pieces of cloth. The way we see the six Goswamis dressing, right? One small kopin and one upper cloth. That's all. So anyway, let's just read what the Lord is telling Advaita Acharya. So Mahaprabhu is telling, Please bless. Then Lord Chaitanya said, listen, listen, O Lord Advaitacharya. In the Kali Yuga, no person is renounced like these two. They renounced kingly pleasures. With only 2 water pots and some patchwork clothing, they stayed in Mathura and chanted Lord Krishna's holy names. 2 water pots and patchwork clothing. Certainly, this is after they left their job. They stayed in Mathura and chanted Lord Krishna's holy names. Please don't cheat them. Give them both pure devotion to Lord Krishna. Birth after birth, they never forget Lord Krishna. You are the treasure house of pure devotional service. If you do not give the gift of pure devotional service, how will Lord Krishna, his devotees, and their pure devotional service meet together? Hmm? Krishna, his devotees, and their bhakti. How all three will come together if you don't give bhakti? Why? Because you are the keeper, you are the treasury, keeper of the treasure house of bhakti. Unless you right in the temples, when brahmacharis in a temple residence, they need some money. They have to go to the treasurer, right, and then say, "I need," and then he will sanction. Okay, so much money for this devotee, then that devotee gets that money. So like that, Advaita Acharya is the keeper of the treasure house of bhakti. Unless he sanctions, who will get bhakti? Nobody will get bhakti. So Mahaprabhu is saying, please, he's putting a personal word, right, reference. You can give this person, these two, they're very qualified, they're very renounced. Please give them. They never forget Krishna birth after birth. Now, if you don't give, how will Krishna, his bhakta, and bhakti come together? So then Lord Advaita said, Lord, you are the giver of everything. You're saying, I am the treasurer. You are the giver of everything. If you order me to give, then I will give. Yes? Yes, I'm the treasure keeper, but I'm like a puppet, right? I'm here. When you say, okay, give, then I will give. So if you order me to give, then only I can give, right? Lord, if you order, then I can give. Why little bit of bhakti? I can give the whole treasury, right? If you order me, I can give the whole treasury to whomever you want to give, right? When you give your mercy to someone, then I can give the whole entire treasury to that person. With my body, heart, and words, I say, may. And look at the mercy of the devotees. Advaita Acharya is saying, very seriously, right? With my body, with my heart, and my words, right? Mana, vacha, and kriya, right? Body, mind, and words. I'm saying this. May these two perfect, pure devotional service and ecstatic spiritual love. Advaita Acharya's blessing. Wholeheartedly, he's saying, may these two achieve the perfection of bhakti. And may they get, right, ecstatic spiritual love. Let them get prema, Krishna prema. Now, if Advaita Acharya desires, who will not get? Hearing Lord Advaita's merciful words, everyone made a great sound of Lord Hari's holy names. Devotees are also so merciful that, there's no envy. Wow, these two are getting so much mercy. How fortunate they are. I wish I could be there. I wish I had that. No, they were celebrating. My God, Advaita Acharya is giving all mercy to these devotees. Hari bol, Hari bol. They were just celebrating. This is actually very similar situation happened in Ramkeli. That's why I was thinking about that. There also, when everyone gave mercy, they were all the mercy, the Lord embraced them and all that. The mercy that the Lord was giving and all the devotees were giving. Seeing this, everyone was falling down, weeping, crying in ecstasy, celebrating. My God, what mercy, what wonders, how great these devotees are, like that. So it happened here also, in again in Jagannath Puri. Uh, but here the highlight is Advaita Acharya's mercy. Hearing Lord Advaita's merciful words, everyone made a great sound of Lord Hari's holy names. Then Lord Chaitanya said to Dabir Khas, see, again Dabir Khas. Then Lord Chaitanya said to Dabir Khas, now you will perfect pure devotional service and ecstatic spiritual love. Why? Because Advaita Acharya sanctioned. Now you will perfect pure devotional service and ecstatic spiritual love. By Lord Advaita's mercy, you will attain pure devotion to Lord Krishna. Please know that Lord Advaita has all the powers of Lord Krishna. After some days spent gazing at Lord Jagannath's graceful face, you two brothers, please go to Mathura. Okay, so this is clear. This is happening actually in Jagannath Puri only. Okay, so you have come from Mathura, right? You've been chanting there. So you take darshan of Jagannath for some days, then you go back to Mathura. Now you will perfect, there's no doubt, because you got the mercy of Advaita Acharya. Leaving passion and ignorance far behind, go to the west and give everyone the nectar of pure devotional service. Going to Mathura Mandal, I will see you again. Please prepare a secluded place for me to stay. So now again, the Lord will make a third attempt, and this time he will go alone. And on the request of the devotees, he carries only one servant. Hmm? Hmm. Balabhadra Bhattacharya. Yeah. So, the Lord is saying, when I come, I will see you there. Leaving passion and ignorance far behind, go to the west and give everyone the nectar of pure devotional service. Going to Mathura Mandal, I will see you again. Please prepare a secluded place for me to stay. Abandoning his former name, Sakar Malik accepted the name Sanatan Goswami. Even today, those two brothers, Rup Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, are famous as the abodes of Lord Chaitanya's mercy. Lord Chaitanya spreads the fame of his devotees and their devotional service. He preaches the truth about Lord Nityananda and Lord Advaita. Yeah, he spreads the fame of his devotees and devotional service, like we are reading about Madhavendra Puri. He preaches the truth about Lord Nityananda and Lord Advaita. He glorifies his very dear devotees. Lord Chaitanya happily revealed their glories. Lord Chaitanya happily revealed everything about his devotees, their identity, right? Who they are in the spiritual world, how they descended to this world, and how they took birth as Amsha incarnations of liberated Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. Specifically here talking about Nityananda Prabhu and Advaita Acharya. They are actually Amsha incarnations of the Lord. Incarnation, avatar means one who descends, and Amsha means an expansion, partial expansion. So how they took birth as Amsha incarnations of liberated Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis, their glories, and how they worship and serve the Lord. So like that. So that was that pastime. Also in Jagannath Puri. Then another one. One day Advaita, Srivas and the other devotees around him in the four directions, Lord Chaitanya revealed these truths. At that time, Srivas Pandit asked Lord Chaitanya to speak about Advaita Acharya. Lord Chaitanya said, Srivas, you tell me, what great Vaishnava dwells in Advaita Acharya, right? What is the identity of Advaita Acharya? Which great personality from the scriptures that you know is in Advaita Acharya? You tell me. Mahaprabhu is asking Srivas Thakur. So first Srivas Thakur said, tell me about Advaita Acharya. So Mahaprabhu in return questioned, which great Vaishnava resides in Advaita Acharya? Thinking in his heart, saintly Srivas said, my heart thinks Advaita Acharya is like Sukadev, Sukadev Goswami. Yesterday we were reading Sukadev Goswami's Bhagavat Pradhana. He is the best of all Bhagavatas. Bhagavata means a pure devotee, the greatest pure devotee. And Sukadev Goswami is the best of all pure devotees. So, Srivas Thakur is saying, I think Advaita Acharya is like Sukadev, or he's like Prahlad Maharaj. Hearing that Advaita Acharya was like Sukadev or like Prahlad, Lord Chaitanya angrily struck Srivas. He beat Srivas Thakur out of anger. What did you say? He just beat him. Lord Chaitanya angrily, he said Advaita Acharya is like Sukadev or Prahlad, and he beat him angrily, struck Srivas. Like a father lovingly training his son, Lord Chaitanya hit Srivas, right? When the child makes a mistake, and the father corrects. Sometimes it takes some to shake out the ignorance. So, like a father lovingly training his son, Lord Chaitanya hit Srivas. Lord Chaitanya said, what did you say? What did you say, Srivas Pandit? You said, my Nara is Sukadev or Prahlad? Nara. Lovingly, Mahaprabhu would call Advaita Acharya Nara. Nara, like Narayan. Nara. You said, my Nara is Sukadev or Prahlad? If you say he is Sukadev, then tomorrow all children will say Nara is Sukadev. Because who is Srivas? He's also an authority, right? Srivas Thakur is Narad Muni. If Srivas Thakur says that Advaita Acharya is Sukadev, Sukadev means a living entity, right? But Advaita Acharya is Vishnu Tattva. So if you say Sukadev is, I mean, Nara, my Nara is Sukadev, then tomorrow everyone, even small children, will say Nara is Sukadev. Srivas, by saying this about my Nara, you make me very unhappy. After speaking these words, Lord Chaitanya angrily took in his hand a stick. He is not satisfied, simply beating with his hand. So after saying that, you made me very unhappy. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu angrily took in his hand a stick to beat Srivas and drive him away. At once standing up, saintly Advaita humbly grabbed Lord Chaitanya's hand. Lord Advaita said, when he trains his son, a father has mercy in his heart. Who in the three worlds is the object of your anger, right? You don't even punish, like when the Lord comes, especially Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When he comes in other forms, he comes with his weapons and he chastises people by killing them or, you know, fighting with them. He teaches them a lesson. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, never, right? Always, he gives them love, right? Marke Premade, right? Like Nityananda Prabhu, he accepts beatings and in return for that beatings, he gives them love. This is Mahaprabhu's mode. He doesn't kill the demons, rather he kills the disease in the heart and he gives them prema. So Advaitacharya is saying that who in the three worlds is the object of your anger? You never get angry with anyone. And you're getting angry with your own devotee, right? When a father also, if he beats his son, he has a lot of mercy in his heart. He only does it to teach him a lesson, not to just vent his anger on his son. That's not the purpose. Hearing Advaitacharya's words, Lord Chaitanya threw his anger far away. In ecstasy, he described Lord Advaita's glories. Lord Chaitanya said, whom you accept as your son, I also accept as my son. You are saying that Srivas is like a son and you're like a father, or you're calling me a father. That means you're accepting Srivas as your son. Anyone, if you accept anyone as your son, then that person becomes my son also. Just like Mahaprabhu told about Rup Sanatan Goswamis. You take mercy from Advaita Acharya. And when Advaita Acharya said, with my heart, mind, and words, I say that let these two get pure devotional service, let them get Krishna Prema. Then Mahaprabhu said, now your life is perfected because you got Advaita Acharya's mercy. That means if anyone receives Advaita Acharya's mercy, he will certainly receive Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is sold out to Advaita Acharya's love. Like that. So Mahaprabhu is saying, anyone you accept as your son, I also accept as my son. That is why I now throw my anger far away. To teach the people, Nara broke my sleep and brought me here. Right now, Mahaprabhu is telling about Advaita's glories to everyone, and especially Srivas Thakur. Simply out of his compassion, to make everyone devotees, to teach all the people bhakti, he broke my sleep and brought me here. Sleep means Lord Narayan, who is always, laying uh, on the milk ocean. So to teach people, he broke my sleep and brought me here. Lord Chaitanya continued, O saintly Srivas, you should be very meek and humble before my Nara. Sukadev and all the sages are Nara's sons, right? Yes, they're great personalities, but they're all like his children. Please know they all took birth after Nara. He is senior most. It is because of Advaita Acharya that I descended to this world. Nara's loud calls entered my ear. I peacefully slept on the milk ocean. Then Nara's loud calls wakened me and brought me here. Hearing Lord Chaitanya's very affectionate words describing Advaita Acharya, Srivas became very pleased. And look at the son also, the devotee, right? When the parent chastises, nowadays the children become very upset, and then you have to go and beg forgiveness from them and so on and so forth, like no, and you have to pamper them and you have to do this and that, isn't it? Here the Lord is angry, and then when he's explaining, the devotee becomes you know very, very affectionate to the Lord, even for the punishment. So what is required is that that bond, that love between the parent and the child. When that is there, then even when there is chastisement, there is no, you know, there's no ill feelings actually. There's no ill feeling. So that is what is required. That love is required. The parent also does not punish out of frustration, and does not just vent anger from some other source and just take it all out on the child. That is absolutely wrong. And when the parent is chastising actually for the benefit of the child, then the child also understands that, because there is that bond of love, right? And then even though there is no ill feelings, basically there's no ill feelings in the heart. If there is any feelings of hurt, it is more the guilt that, oh, I did such a bad thing. These are loving dealings. You see, even in between the Lord and his devotees, right? So, what was Srivas Thakur's response? He became very pleased when the Lord is explaining after first, you know, punishing. Now the Lord is explaining the position of Advaitacharya, and when Srivas Thakur heard this, he was very pleased. He was very pleased. Seeing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's affection for Sri Advaita Acharya, Srivas became very pleased. Trembling with fear, Srivas said, I committed an offense, O Lord, please forgive me. You alone know the truth about your Advaita Acharya. Now that you teach us, your servants also may know it. Today I have become very fortunate. Today everything is auspicious, for you have taught this to me. The gratitude. When you're chastised, so I just gave the example of a parent. It can be your guru, right? It can be, but the important thing is that love has to be there. When there is that love, then it works both ways. So we see from the Lord's personal dealings, right? Today I have become very fortunate. Today everything is auspicious, for you have taught this to me. Your explanation of Advaita's exalted position increases the honor I feel for him in my heart. Not that, oh, because of Advaitacharya I got chastised and now I don't like Advaitacharya. No, that is mundane material. Uh, yes, Mataji. Achitve Mataji. Yes, correct. Yeah, of course. Like Mahaprabhu is also explaining nicely, similar way. When you're first chastised, the parents first chastise, and then for some time, you're left to contemplate on what wrong you did, and after some time, they will actually, embrace you and give you some, not that begging for forgiveness, right? I did something wrong, but they give you something to eat or embrace you, kiss you, so on and so forth. Yes. So, your explanation of Advaita's exalted position increases the honor I feel for him in my heart. So, that punishment should have the desired effect, right? The desired effect is why was the person punished? Because the mentality had to be rectified, the behavior had to be rectified, and that is happening, right? So, your explanation of Advaita's exalted position increases the honor I feel for him in my heart. From today on, I make this vow. Even if he drinks wine, or even if he embraces an outcast woman, like a prostitute, I will always have great devotion to Advaita Acharya. Lord, these words I say to you are the sincere truth. A similar statement was said about Nityananda Prabhu, Srivas Thakur, same, right? He's so great that even if he drinks wine or even if he goes with a prostitute, I will always have the same love and devotion to him. So about Advaita Acharya also he's saying. Lord Chaitanya was pleased with Srivas's words. Then the three of them means Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Advaita Acharya, Srivas Thakur, happily sat down as before. Anyone who hears this very secret and sacred narration will attain Lord Krishna. Haribol, congratulations. Anyone who hears this very secret and sacred narration will attain Lord Krishna. Lord Chaitanya has all power and all devotion. His power begins and ends everything. He knows everything. A person who knows this sincerely worships Lord Chaitanya. A person who cannot understand these words of Lord Chaitanya describing the truth of Lord Vishnu cannot understand the truth of the great Vaishnavas either, right? If you cannot understand what Mahaprabhu said about Advaita Acharya, who's Lord Vishnu, then he cannot understand the truth about any other devotee also. So with that, we'll stop here. We went anyway. Hare Krishna. Thank you all very much. I'll see you tomorrow. Hare Krishna.
Thank
Hare
you,
Krishna.
Mataji. Hare
Hare Krishna.
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 Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
So tomorrow we'll do Chaitanya Charitamrita. This was